Video is a 3-year update to Stefan Van Damme's proper menu bar. At the time I did the video reviewing the product he created, he flagged my channel for a privacy complaint instead of communicating with me. He then also included in the comment section in that video, which I will archive, "Hey, let's talk," and then a conversation ensued that basically consists of me requesting you respond to me by, talking about it. Sure, cool. But the other thing is, did you ever acknowledge you flagged my channel to shut me up? By the way, I'm the third result if you type in Stefan Van Damme proper menu bar and variations of it. Now, 2 weeks ago he posted this, and for some reason when I was looking up my channel by typing in WAPTech, even though it's 71 views 3 years ago, my video popped up, which is really weird. And it's because there's a flow-through effect. When you mention this, it then emphasizes the menu bar extension and then brings up any video about it. So I had nothing to do with this being search engine optimized. Now, as you can see, it shows a horizontal bar underneath the address bar. Now, this would be appropriate on some of the browsers, but on Opera I found out it didn't work. This is a copy of Opera 95, which is the last one that will work without too many hiccups, God help us, under Windows 7. And again, he would not acknowledge that he in effect had the effect of shutting down my channel and or accusing me of violating privacy for a public person who uses his full name while writing software on the internet. I am WAPTech because I don't do that, so I would have the right in most countries to claim a privacy violation if someone used my full legal name if they had it. But anyway, I'm third result when you type in Stefan Van Damme proper menu bar. I wasn't before, but okay, cool. So this will be a 3-year update, and there's some problems or not. Proper menu bar extension page for Opera. On opera.com, it shows this. Even at the time 3 years ago, it didn't do this until about a month later. He apparently updated it, maybe in response to my video, and it started doing this exact behavior. And it worked enough like a menu bar that I posted that, yeah, that's good enough. Originally, this seems to have been based on taking Google and putting it into a product bar. Google had their own Google bar, and it should have been just a web browser plugin and added in all the Google functions. And I even wrote one that was just a web page just to poke fun at them making a Google OS. At the time, we were very hopeful that Google would make it to where the internet would act more like our home computers, and we could just use Google as a substitute operating system because it contained almost everything needed. And yes, they even had a web browser-based web browser, so you could surf the net using them as a proxy at the time, which was positively awesome. And now we're dealing with Google being evil. But again, on the Opera page, it showed this, and it wasn't accurate. That was 3 years ago. This is a Q&A with Mozilla blog for the Mozilla Foundation with apparently a picture of him. I don't know. That might not be him. And at the time I wrote the XUL or Zool add-on from my Chrome extension code, it was difficult, but I got all the functions inside for something he was working on. This is probably for one of the other extensions he had, like Lights Out or something, which was a really cool utility. Now, I have it installed, and Opera by default, this is their menu. It's extremely minimal. It's missing 4 or 5 things very particularly to make it to where it can't really work correctly as a decent web browser for anybody doing research or trying to get work done at all. And people have tried and failed to write add-ons. By the way, this is a 2017 page here. And this is what the new tab looks like. And it gets worse. Oh, God, if you accidentally click anything, even a blank space here, it will start throwing ads in your face. But anyway, this is the new tab page. So Opera is a shit show, and this was one of many things people wanted to be able to use to at least get some of the functionality back. To just have, a menu bar, and anything, literally anything. In fact, it says menu, and when you click it just makes the menu disappear because it's not going to give you the ability to turn on a menu. Opera is extremely frustrating. Okay, but anyway, on the Opera-specific page, I have this installed, and it says right here, a horizontal bar. Now, you ever heard that expression? That's technically accurate, and that's the best kind of accurate ever? Technically, it still does, this horizontal bar. It doesn't do it at the top, apparently. Although, again, right after I did my video, a new update came out that he made, and it did include a horizontal bar up here somewhere. By the way, pro tip, if you want to make Opera have an actual menu bar, or a proper menu bar, dare I say, what you can do is repurpose this bar, which is the bookmarks toolbar, and put in JavaScriptlets that do all the functions you're missing, and just customize this bar up here for being yet another damn bar instead of having a proper literal title bar or menu bar or whatever. So let's look at how we access it. We click the extensions box because it hides it behind there, and then we have to hit pin so it comes out of it. Then we can hit here, and I can turn on proper menu bar. Bam. And then close that out, and then we go here, and you can see it pops up at the bottom of the page, not the top. And if I hit refresh on this page, I think it puts it up here, and it'll put it at the bottom of the page. It'll either let the page load correctly or it won't. If I click this to show that, okay, it's not loading on opera.com. But down here it shows File, Edit, View, History, Bookmarks, Window, and Help. There we are. So the bar does show up, but it's in the wrong location. And he has actually posted a couple of responses that the current version of Opera, whatever it was that week, won't let him put it underneath it. So it has to be at the bottom of the page. So he's doing the best he can. But by default, it's a drop-down menu like this, which is, if you're not aware of it, very consistent with what's over here. Okay, I hit File button to open new tabs and open files on the drive. Let's click this, and new tab, window, incognito mode, close window, close tab, save page as is there, print and exit. But it does not have open external file. The whole point of the button called File is to open files that are external to the app. This is the universal interface under Microsoft Windows, and Opera just screwed the pooch. It does not have it in here either. I don't know how to do it. I'm not going to look into it. I only downloaded, yes, I did this for you, Stefan. I don't use Opera because it's such a screaming pain in the ass. Yes, I'm sure some of you experts out there will say, actually, it's over here on this bar or it's hidden somewhere or we can activate it. I understand that. But by default, it doesn't do this. And again, you can make a scriptlet, maybe, that'll fit into the bookmark part, maybe, that replaces all these functions and maybe even gives you a cascading style sheet. But again, as he said, he wasn't able to make it go to the top of the page. Now, if we go over to YouTube and we hit refresh real quickly, so we can see my video is still showing up number 3, and it's about me complaining about him flagging my channel. I'm not letting go of that, Stefan. It does give us the window here, and we can do this. Like, we can hit edit, and we can cut, copy, paste, settings, etc., and we can maybe get some other stuff. Now let's see if we got something hidden. Let's go here. Let's hit this. And we can hit options. And in here we can customize it. Now the first thing it does is it opens up Stefans.net page. And it's the options page. Now this isn't specifically for Opera, so it can't contain Opera specific code probably at all. Maybe it can. Now it does include ads on the page, and to his credit, instead of letting AdSense run wild and run random ads, he actually made it to where it was a donate to his project. So at least this is more of him removing the ability for Google to be really annoying. And then we see some other stuff like that. Here are the settings. Show the browser menu bar. I can't get it to set for some reason. We can choose other Google product names to add in. We can add in Show Google Bar instead, if we want to. And if I click that, does that automatically... Okay, that's not loading correctly. Let's go over here. Okay, and then I can edit this. Or have it crap. Close. Or I can do this and hit browser menu bar, and will this load now? Now we get this very bad behavior where it takes this function here and overwrites what's on the page entirely. That's Mozilla's blogging page fault. So, is this doing what it says on the tin? No, it's not doing what it says on the tin. Is it doing the best it can? Under the circumstances, it is. Am I retracting my previous statement that it did not, at the time I did the video, do what it says on the tin? No. Am I saying that it was a good attempt? Yes. Am I saying that Opera itself basically sabotaged the guy? Yes. Am I saying this is still not quite accurate enough? Yes. It's not accurate enough. It needs to show a proper image of it, because it should show Opera screenshot and show that it's storing the bar at the bottom. And he has to explain that While this product at one time, yes, it did do this at one time, it doesn't currently do this under Opera. Next, Stefan Van Damme, you put up a video 2 weeks ago showing Opera extension. I understand that I'm running Opera 95. It's not the current version. Maybe you fixed this. But you don't specify the range of Opera installs that this should be put on where it will do this specific behavior. Okay, that's it for the video for today. And apparently that's going to be very much it for the day for Mozilla.org. And definitely not going to talk about Opera anymore if I can help it. And Stefan Van Damme, number one, good on you for trying. Number two, you still need to make it to where it's completely accurate and very, very transparent. You have complaints on the page about it not working correctly, and you could keep this from happening if you're more explicit. Next, you still haven't acknowledged you tried to shut me up 3 years ago. Hydra Streisand. Thanks for watching. Have a good day. Good luck with that. And finally, my review of Opera. It is still crap. Horrid crap. Goodbye.